Let's get into this next video, guys. Yeah, let's get into the next video, guys. Okay. Dear Lo-Fi. Dear Lo-Fi, this comic idea is about spies. You know them. I love them. We all wanted to be a spy growing up. We all wanted to be a secret agent and have a double life going on. And in this, you can actually be a spy. I wanted to put my own spin on the spy genre. I mean, me personally, like, I love Spy Kids. I used to watch Totally Spies like every time I go to my nana's house. It was a good show, trust. I know it has like weird stuff now, looking back on it, but back in the day, it was just about three girls fighting crime. What else was there? Agent P from Phineas and Ferb. Yeah, he was always goated. I don't know if he counts as a spy. He's more of an agent. There was also like the Club Penguin spy missions that you used to go on. Overall, I've seen a lot of spy content in my day. The only thing I haven't seen so far, which is really popular, is Spy X Family, which I will see eventually. I have it on Netflix, so I will see it eventually. I just haven't tried to watch it yet. Um, but yeah, let's talk about our main boy, our main star. Let's talk about Topman, returning for the th time. So our story actually begins with the please learn how to speak. Okay. Our story actually begins with the grandfather who was fighting in a war. Yeah, the story actually begins with the grandfather this time. A lot of wars I know, but they'll be different each time. In this war, his side is actually loses. So his side actually loses. So the world is under another country's rule. In that fight, the grandfather fled, not wanting to be captured, but his poor grandson could not follow him. He was hunted down all his life, like Nico Robin from One Piece. He made his fair few bucks and survived the wild life. Okay, some adventures with scams until he's worth more. Okay, basically he was going around, he's trying to survive. He's going place to place. People are trying to hunt him down. People are trying to hunt him down his whole childhood, and he just keeps surviving until he's an adult. And by the time he's an adult, he has more like on his wanted poster than some countries do. Yeah, wanted poster just like One Piece. I see the similarities, but trust me, One Piece was not the first to do it. Not the first. And besides, I'm not even doing all that. I know I'm finna get some comments about it. If I get comments at all, that is. The first volume, I'm still working out the kinks, but basically, you're on a mission, but the whole operation is a secret ploy to see if you are actually ready by none other than your grandfather himself, who apparently has found himself in some trouble. Follow the clues and set out on your own choices to find the truth or to live your life. The choices are yours to make. I say that like every time, but it's true. The choices are yours. Anyway, in chapter 1, the original plan was that you were going to stop like a mad tech guy. So you're trying to stop like this guy who has like hella technology on his side. So you're trying to break into his facilities and stop him. This is the all deploy, by the way. He has like this secret base, and you have to sneakily make it down. It's like a clone based lair. And there's gonna be like mecha fightings, like actual giant robots fighting. Um and in the first volume, I wanted it to be like a little wrap up of his childhood before he actually moves on to the next stage of his life. Kind of like what I did in Classic, because in Classic, after volume one, the character goes off and he does his own thing and he meets all these other people. And of course, he has a little bit of trauma, but all the things from his past is mostly gone. And I wanted it to be the same in this story, where all of his past villains, like Topman's old villains who wanted him off as like a child, and the people he betrayed and scammed, all came together in this lair, and it was all a big test by the grandfather that you find out at the end. That might sound like a huge spoiler, but actually it kind of does sound like a huge spoiler. Damn. But trust me, that's just volume one. If you want to know more, the volumes only get more and more intense. Or at least I plan to have them get more intense. Anyway, let's go over the characters. Topman. The character of Topman is a very serious gentleman. I plan on making this guy more of a man who gatekeeps a lot and has secrets that not even you, the audience, will know. So basically, until you unlock certain pathways and you see different timelines, you'll get more of the main character's story. But right now, you're only seeing like 30% of his story. It's gonna take some inspiration from Steins Gate, and that should tell you immediately to put your brain meats on, and it's telling you as well that this story will have me use my brain meats. Another thing I want to point out is that throughout the whole series, I will be using secret codes like Gravity Falls. I love Gravity Falls. I want to do something like Gravity Falls. I want to put secret codes, stuff that will make you, the audience, chat among yourselves like, oh my gosh, what was that about? Of course, I'll have to learn a little bit more about coding, like secret codes and stuff, and using real world experiences. But I just want to keep that in mind. I'm always gonna have the brain meats on. It's not just gonna be a series. It's gonna be a series that you're gonna have to see about 2 times. One time will tell you the story. The second time will tell you the story that's going on in the background. And that will happen in like every single story. And there's so many. I can't keep my excitement for when the series actually comes out, bro. I can barely contain my excitement. Anyway, let's talk about the grandfather. I have plans for this grandfather character. Plans which I can't tell you yet because it will spoil a lot of the story. That it's like saying Aizen's big plan or whatever. But oh boy, are there going to be plans. I can tell you that the grandfather is not a normal character. He's cryptic, and you really don't know what side he's on or what his end goals are. I know. I have an idea because I'm the author. As for the starting boss, yeah, I haven't really been talking about this, but there are bosses in each volume. Or at least there's going to be like big opponents in each rendition of the timelines that you want to go into. People that you're going to want to beat to like progress the story. And these starting bosses, consist of the martial art leaders in hip hop, the Iron Lady in the classic series. And just going back and actually, right now going through all of the stories, I realized I did not talk about the classic series enough. But trust me when I say that, like, there's this Iron Lady who is like the starting boss in Volume 1. I just got an email. We're gonna move on. Anyway, there is like a starting boss in like Volume 1 that you have to defeat, and bro, trust me, it gets good. The story gets, oh my gosh. I'm excited. I want you guys to be excited as well. But anyway, that's basically where Dear Lo-Fi is gonna end off. It's a spy story. It's a spy story. You're gonna have to break into buildings with heavy guards. You're gonna find romance. You're not gonna have to adopt a child like Twilight did, trust. But there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Stopping bombs. Ooh, classic spy activity. Having a rival. Now I know it just sounds like I'm spitballing stuff, but trust me, when all of these comes into fruition, and the thing is, you can help this come into fruition as well. It costs nothing. It barely costs even a splidgen of time. All I need is like 40K people to basically just say, I'm interested. And then we're good. We're good. All I need is 40K people to basically just say, hey, I'm interested in this. And it's basically already nearly done. Anyway, hit that bell, stay tuned, sign up for the email sheet if you are interested. The plot is still being built, but trust me, it will be good.